Terrell here, Big Gold Belt Media, and I had the pleasure once again of getting Cuphead that is coming to Netflix. And Cuphead is coming on Netflix. I never thought I'd be saying that. Cuphead coming to Netflix. Now, this always had the potential to be an animated series. You can see that right off the break, right? Like you can see, like as you play the game, one of the hardest, most not want to say hardest, but one of the most frustrating freaking games of all time, next to Dark Souls. This game makes you want to punch your grandmother in the face because it will infuriate you. Now, I won't say this for the cartoon. Um, Netflix gave this a 12 episode run. So you can get 12 episodes. No, get this. What I did not know going into this, right? This is Looney Tune style, or I guess what the new modern style of cartoons, or they're taking it back old school to just like 10-minute episodes. So they're going to be 10-minute cartoon episodes, which definitely caught me off sides. You can watch this in 2 hours, maybe like three. No, I think about 2 hours. You can watch the whole thing in about 10 hours. Because like it says, they give you 12 episodes. Like I said, I watched the whole thing. What I thought I was gonna get, and then what they actually did get me, right? So when I use the term Looney Tunes, I mean like this show was completely like just loony as hell. Like it's exactly like just random. I thought they were gonna stick more to the story of the game, and it kind of does and it doesn't. So the story of the show is pretty much the same thing, where the boys go to the carnival, Cuphead loses his soul, or he battles for his soul, and he winds up letting all the souls go in the game, and you have to work for the devil to he'll go back and get the souls of all the people that skipped out, pretty much skipped out on the devil and whatever like that. This show is pretty much the devil pursuing Cuphead to get the soul that he missed, that he was supposed to get when they were at the carnival. And a bunch of other hijinks ensues with this. You get a whole bunch of random different characters. You get the Frog Brothers that you get in the game with the boxing gloves. They have a whole episode with them, and they give them a little bit more backstory, because I feel like that game doesn't really give you a lot of like the backstory for a lot of the characters, and you just kind of just beat people up, shooting people with the gun finger. You get a lot more story with those characters. You see the vegetables, like the carrot and the onion and the tomato, and this one. You see them. They have a whole episode where they are like sucking up all the moisture of the garden, and like that's the episode there. They have an episode where like I said, they do hit a lot of like the famous locations and that you see in the game. You see, pretty much like I said, they show the carnival and everything like that. They show King Dice, who was played by Wayne Brady, who is like the most noteworthy voice in the show. Wayne Brady plays King Dice. He's the devil's number one guy, and he is hilarious. The humor, I think, for me personally, was a lot of hit and miss. It wasn't like it wasn't going to be like a perfect run like I thought I was going to get out of this, because some of the jokes were just like, all right, this is too silly for me. I mean, I guess I enjoyed it, but it was a little too much. Like I'm like, maybe I need to watch it again. Maybe at the time I watched it, I had a different mindset. But when I could just reflecting back on it, some of the stuff just was not that funny. And I'm not sure what your reception of this might be, but as I said, if you're a big fan of the Cuphead, then you say I think you're still going to like it. The characters in Mugman, who is even freaking more, I think he's more hilarious than Cuphead. One of the things they do definitely get right with this series is the music. They get the musical tone from the games and bring that right into the show. And you hear that right off the back with the intro, which I really like. I didn't skip, because I really like this intro. The singer who does it, couldn't catch her name, but the singer that does this, she did a really good job on the intro. And that's, like I said, I feel like that's something that you're definitely not going to skip when you watch the show. So I think of another thing. They introduce, not a secret or anything like that, but they introduce Miss Chalice in this show as well, who was supposed to be a new character in the DLC that is now coming up for Cuphead later on this year. You're getting some new Cuphead DLC, and they're introducing Miss Chalice into the story. So, like I said, overall, I did like the show, but all of the jokes didn't really land for me. That was the biggest thing. The joke, not all the jokes landed for me, and some of the stuff just kind of went over my head. But I did think they did a pretty good portrayal of, I guess, what I would think the characters would do in live action. Oh, I'm sorry, not live action, but animation. Because the game's already silly as hell as is. But like I said, they bring a lot of those characters from the game over to the show. And like I said, with it being 12 episodes, like 10 minutes a piece, you're gonna blaze through it pretty quickly, and you can spot out a lot of stuff that you're gonna like right off the break from this game. One of the things that I do think is clearly going to happen is this show is going to get another season. I'm not sure, because Netflix usually does their animation in like part 1, part 2, or they'll do like a collection one, or however it's broken down. But you're definitely going to get another season out of this by the way that this ends. I don't want to spoil anything, but like I said, the way it ends, you're definitely going to get another season. One of the things that I did notice too was that they don't give Cuphead the finger gun thing. That's one of the big things in the game is he has like the magic finger bullets and he's beating people up. You don't get a lot of that. It's just more just like him and his brother just going on in hijinks, and you don't really get a lot of like the stuff with that that you get in the game. So, like I said, with this coming out, Netflix is bringing this out. They did a good job. I'm not going to sit here and hate on it because that's not what I'm doing this review for. They did a good job on the show, but like I said, humor just didn't hit every spot for me. Animation was solid. I did like the solid. The animation was very solid. The voice acting was really, really, really good. So some of the voices are just downright freaking hilarious. And the singing and the music is really good. Those are the high notes of the show for sure. But if you are coming into this thinking that you're gonna get a lot of the game, might as well get that out your head right now. It's not going to be exactly like the game. This is its own thing. It's random episode cartoon where you're gonna get something different every episode, but it still follows the whole devil soul storyline. But like I said, on that note, check it out. It comes out in February. I want to say about the 14th or 15th of this month. And I think you will enjoy it. If you're a fan of Cuphead, you like that music, and you're gonna like this show for sure. But on that note, this has been Terrell, and I hope you enjoy Cuphead on Netflix. See you.
Big old bell.